Good morning. I have two stories from Sweden, and then it's about Hungary. Right, there was an attack yesterday in a very small town here in Sweden called Vetlanda. It's a very, very small town. I've been there. Nothing happens there, you see. And there was 7 people were injured, 3 of them seriously. So I wanted to know what happened. You want to know who did it, right? And why. But Public Service News, yeah, they talked about this and they said it was a local guy in his 20s. That's all they said. Public Service News is tax funded. It's basically government media. Yeah. So they said nothing. Well, that's what they said. A guy in his 20s. Then I saw another report. And I believe this is true. This guy is from Afghanistan. And he came to Sweden in 2018. So, yeah, maybe I will talk about this later on. Right, and then I have some good news from Sweden. You see, we have a feminist government. They announced this many years ago. They said, this is a feminist government. And they bragged about it. I think it was the first government to announce this in the world. And then you would suspect that things would improve for the women in the country, right? And it did, you see. They have been working hard. Yeah, I will tell you about it. This is a list, actually. 10 countries with the highest rape rates in the world. And maybe you remember this, a few years ago, Sweden was number 2 on the list, after Lesotho, I think. Yeah. And now Sweden is number 6. You see, this is a vast improvement. So that's what you get when you have a feminist government. Just so you understand what these countries are, I want to read the list to you, right? From top to bottom. South Africa, Botswana, Lesotho, Swaziland, Bermuda, Sweden, Suriname, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Grenada. Yeah. So, all you women here in Sweden, you can celebrate. You went from number 2 to number 6. And now I want to talk about Hungary. No, I changed over the last few years. I did, especially with these lockdowns. I changed my views. Yeah. Now, normally, 6 months ago, I would be happy about this story. I'm still a bit happy, but I know what's going on. It's about Hungary. Yeah. And I know the Hungarian government, with Viktor Orban as the PM, they are restricting the freedoms of the Hungarian citizens. Yeah, like all the other ones. They are doing it with curfews and mask wearings and lockdowns, you see. So this changed my attitude. Yes, it did. I don't trust them. No. I know that this guy, Orban, has been doing great things in the past, and I'm sure he will also in the future. But this is what he's prepared to do to his citizens. So, I don't like this, you see. Anyway, so this happened with Hungary. Hungary is part of the EU, and they are part of this coalition in the European Parliament called EPP. It's the biggest one. They have been part of this coalition for a long time, and now they are leaving it, which is great. Yeah. The EPP is basically Angela Merkel's baby. Yeah. Now it's run by this other it's a German guy. I think his name is Weber. Yeah. So it's dreadful. Now the EPP, this coalition, they have been punishing Orban over the years, and it's getting just worse. They are harassing them. Yeah. And now the EPP voted that they can exclude entire parties, not just individual MEPs. And so this was coming, you see. So I think Orban left before he was kicked out. Yeah. Well, this is good. I know the EPP, they didn't want to kick out Orban's party because they would get smaller, you know. So they didn't want to, but they sort of had to. Now they didn't get to do it because Orban left. And the positive thing here is that I think Orban will join another coalition called ECR, which is more conservative right-wing. For instance, the Polish PIS party is part of this coalition. And I think also Spain's Vox party is there. I'm pretty sure of it, that they are there. So that's better, of course. It's an improvement. Yeah. But you know, the EU, it has to go. You know, I really don't care about these people anymore, you know, what they do. The politics in Brussels. It just has to go. It's a disaster, yeah, for us, for the people of Europe. It is. So anyway, that's a change. Yeah. All right. Be good. Bye.